Hey guys, Jan here in the Northview Model Shop with an update on the shop truck. The shop truck is, as we all know, is the 55 Ford F100 by Monogram, and I am using a Viper GTS Coupe, it's Revell kit, to kit bash into this really cool truck. The Viper kit is donating the V10, obviously. The Viper seats are being harvested, master cylinder, electric fans, rack and pinion steering. The wheels I was going to rob, but the offset wasn't working, so at that point I had to go back to the Ford wheels, which are really nice Michelin wheels. But where I've lowered the stance and everything, the wheels just weren't fitting the wells very well. So I'll kind of come in here so you get a look. These are of the Revell 1966 El Camino kit, and they look really nice on there. They're a lot better than the other ones, a lot bigger wheel, and it fills that well out. So I think I'm going to go with that. The front slammed a little further because there's such a large play in the spindles where that mounts up. Once that's addressed correctly and it's got a proper fit, everything will fit right and won't be any rub issues. I'm going to go over the modifications as quickly as I can here so I don't end up with a 20 or 30 minute video, which the first take of this was. The radiator needed to be shortened 2 millimeter, and I think I did a pretty decent job because at quick glance you can't tell this has actually been cut out, but here's the 2 mil that was removed. We'll get to why that had to be shortened later. I'll get this out of here. Let's see if we can get a good view here. The Viper engine's fitting a lot better. The center of the engine is actually behind the front axle now, which is desirable. And that was accomplished by recessing the firewall, which was done through here. As piece of flat styrene, had to fill the holes for the hood hinges because I'm not going to hinge the hood. And just using flat stock, I was able to build a little box, which allowed that the valve covers of the Viper engine to sit further back. Furthermore, I've seen some pictures of some of these customized 1-to-1 scale, and they all remove the front chrome bumper. So by doing that, you have to fill the holes. Here's a really bad sink mark from the injection molding process, so that needs to be filled as well, just using standard Bondo. You also got to cut the frame off these, now your frame rails aren't coming out, so that was done. That's pretty well it for the cab. Electric fan, this is from the Viper kit. Once everything's together, this fits with no modifications to the fan whatsoever. It fits perfectly in there. Oop, throw that around. Oh. Let's see, just like this. And of course I got that jammed in there, but anyway, that'll fit perfect. So we'll use that master cylinder. We're going to use in theirs too as well. We'll lose the tires. Don't need those. Just the recessing the firewall on the inside of the floor pan is just as simple as cutting these little sections. If we get the view here and here, so not too bad there. That allows that engine to sit almost perfect. The Viper seats, and with the new center console, hopefully we can see that, they fit really well. I'm impressed with those big time. I did my center console with my cup holders. That's just round stock. A subscriber suggested doing ambient lighting, which is pretty well standard in all new vehicles. And that, what it does is put lighting down on the floorboards towards your feet. Up in the dash, some more ambient lighting, and then almost all of them have their cup holders with usually body color or something, right? So I might try to do those rings in body color, and I'll thank that subscriber big time. That's a wicked idea. So we'll do that. More body is I installed a roll pan, which involved making these little skirts to follow the body line here. Did notice that as we see this one here is flush, with this one dropped down a lot more than the other side. I don't know if it's a kit that's molded sideways or what, but anyway, I had to kind of mod there. What I'm going to do is my exhaust is going to exit through the roll pan, so I'll drill some holes once I get my exhaust here and here, and it'll run it through there. So there's that. Alright, get this tape. Thank God for the tape, because it makes wrestling this kit a lot easier. The frame took a lot of work. We'll go back to the radiator. To get the Viper engine to fit correctly, I needed to move a front cross member here that had been standing upright. So I installed this square stock here, laying it flat to kind of give me my rigidity back. And by doing so, that kind of moved everything up a little bit. So that's why the rad had to be modded out a little bit. No problems really there, and by doing this it made a lot better fit for that Viper engine. Allowed that oil filter to be in a real location where in like a real scale you'd be able to change the thing. Rear suspension was a cross member that they had put here, and that cross member actually had to dip into it to allow for the third member to be bolted solid, because in a rear independent suspension it's solid and your CV shafts are actually allowing the flex. So my stance was way raked up, which was cool for my first build, but this build I wanted to get a bit lower, sitting a bit better. So by doing this I gained 4 millimeters of drop in the rear, which almost levels it out, which makes it look a lot better. The front, a lot of work in the front happened here. It had torsion bar suspension in the front, which was fine, but the rack and pinion steering that came with the kit was the torsion bars actually bolted into the rack, and the rack was just floating in nowhere. So, you know, you go to Google, you look up torsion bar suspension, and it always shows that your torsion bar runs from a fixed point behind the driver's seats to the control arm. Well, on the, like I said, on the stock variation, the torsion bars to the rack. So, cut those out, use new stock to make the torsion bars go where they're supposed to. Use the Viper kit. I spun the tie rods around so they would work correctly, and bolted this into place. Still not realistic because now my rack is floating nowheres, but it was as far as I'm willing to go at this point. You could probably make it look accurate, but no one's ever going to see it anyway, so oh well. But anyway, guys, that's where this kit sits right now. A lot of modifications into it, but I spent most of yesterday and almost every day this week after work for a little bit here and there, just farting around trying to get this thing ready to work. So now I think to the point now where I can get this thing washed up and cleaned really well, get some primer and just wet sanding, and then we're into paint, which is going to be fun. Not sure which color will go. I'm thinking of metallic red or metallic blue or something, but we're going to play it by ear. Anyway, guys, thanks for all the support, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Adios.